In 50 years, there have been some things that you can count on. If you can run the football, you have a chance to win. And boy, do we have guys who can do that in this one. Welcome to Amon G. Carter Stadium in Fort Worth, home to the TCU Horned Frogs. And the Horned Frogs will kick it off to get us underway. He'll start the return inside his 5. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. So UCF's offense will get the first swing of the game. And what a performance this guy turned in last week. Spectacular in every aspect of the game, Jesse.
Well, I know one thing for sure. The quarterback is going to be looking his way early in this one. When you have a game like he did last time, your quarterback, you all of a sudden move up in priority in the pecking order for the guy throwing the football. So it's not going to surprise me early here if the quarterback looks his way, regardless of what the coverage is, based on what he showed last time.
Yeah, and they were on the same page. It was fun to watch. I mean, you could tell he knew exactly where his guy was, putting up the multiple touchdowns. Like, it was a thing of beauty. Now, defensively, I also know that. And I know he's looking that way. So look forward to seeing the chess match with the defense and maybe ways they can take.
They've got it at the 37. It's 1st and 10. The give to Davis. And he's stuffed by that big defensive tackle up front. It's pretty obvious what's at stake here, guys. A top 10 matchup, winner, good shot at the playoff, and the loser is probably going to need some help.
Yeah, so further cementing your resume, making that exclamation point on the schedule, giving that committee something to look at and go, here's a top 10 win. This is a big deal for my schedule. Big proving moment.
And that's why you play football for one of these two programs, for games like this, for the opportunity to reach the college football playoff. You knew these two teams were on a collision course. That's the opportunity ahead of you to go get it done in front of a lot of eyeballs watching.
The Knights have this offense rolling. Power football with the run. A 7-yard pickup. It'll be 2nd and 3.
Well, it's plays like that that'll help this offense stay in rhythm all game long. If you can have that kind of success on 1st down running the football, it just opens up your entire playbook moving forward.
On the move at the 30. Defense falls on the ball. Going to be a turnover.
And he made the read off the RPO, and he decided to take off, run the football, but man, you got to take care of that thing. Fumbles the football, the defense gets the ball back.
Looking downfield on 1st down. Got his man on the right. And just a short, safe pass play. They pick up a few. Let's see what they've got on 2nd down. They'll give it to the back. Oh, he's got some space. And he gets the 1st down, but man, did he get the hit stick laid on his noggin.
It's got to feel good as an offense knowing that early in the drive you can turn around, hand it off, get a push up front, and go get positive yardage.
Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender. After the productive 1st down play, it's 2nd and 6. The RPO, fire complete to the left. He makes the stop almost as soon as he catches it, and they're short of the 1st down. Let's talk for just a second about TCU. It's been a season to remember so far, fresh off their new top 10 ranking. How far can this team go?
Well, they're starting to get there now, right? And I think once you get some big wins, Jesse, and you start to climb up, you start to feel that in the moment.
And the defense gets home and makes a play at the 37-yard line. The Horned Frogs will punt this one away. Getting our first look of the afternoon at the punter. First one of the day is off. He was called on 3 times in that victory last week. They'll get down and put a stop to the return at about the 28-yard line. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Now the UCF offense ready to go back to work. After that last drive, he came back to the sideline, and the coach probably said, "You dropped it and you didn't pick it up? Come on, get on the ball, David."
No, that's not what he said. He said, "You're doing a great job. Just keep your head." And oh, yeah, he got blasted. You got to hold on to the football, Palmer. Turnovers decide games. Those are big plays.
It's tough on him, too, because he knows he let his offense down on that last drive. So you know that guy's eager and anxious to come out here and make a play.
Got enough for the first down. All down, but he has enough to move the chains.
And this is a guy that can find you the hidden yardage. That play, he just pushes the pile to get that first down.
It's 1st and 10 from the 38-yard line. To the air on first down. Caught in the backfield. It's Hall. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
You know, you got to be careful as a QB throwing to your running back in man coverage. If there's a linebacker draped all over him, then that ball's not going anywhere. And you just saw it right there. Better play by the defense.
And he gets a big chunk of yardage to the 34-yard line.
Man, this offense is so dangerous, Reese. They've got dudes all over the field that can make plays. There's a big gainer in the pass game.
You get a chunk of yards like that, now the defense is really on its heels. The Knights come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Makes the tackle at the 23-yard line. Give him 10 yards and enough for the first down. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. The Knights pounded the rock to move the sticks, now back to work. Looking to throw on first down. Gets it out fast. Didn't pick up a lot there, moved it forward just a few.
I like the idea by the quarterback there. You're trying to get this first down, so you find the tight end, see if he can make a guy miss or shake a tackle. Not able to get it done.
They'll go to work in the air on second down. The quick out. And he motors into the end zone. Touchdown, UCF! These two guys, they just shared a glance, and they knew exactly what to do, David.
And how many times do we hear that? The quarterback talk about him after the game and go, "Hey, I just looked at him. He knew what I saw. I knew what he saw. We're on the same page. We've done this before." That chemistry equals big plays.
They get set for the point after as we have the first score of the game. And he's got the extra point, and it's 7-0 to start this one. So it's a 73-yard touchdown drive. The kickoff unit is out there, and boy, did that last drive quiet this crowd. Just into the end zone, and he'll bring it out. I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stopped at the 14. First play of this drive comes from the 14-yard line. Off the play fake on first down, wants to throw. He's got the ball, and he'll try to pick up a few.
Woo. Deep breath, right? Man, you fumble that thing, you cough it up, you're like, "Oh, I really appreciate you, brother. I can't tell you how much I thank you," because the coaches would have been all over me, but big-time break for the offense.
Back to pass on second down. He just missed the target on that one. Got to put it on his body. And you don't want to start this game with 2 straight punts. Big third down opportunity coming here. From the gun, wants to pass. And that defense gets to him, and down he goes at the 9.
And anytime you hit the quarterback, man, you make him think, you speed up the processor a little bit, and that's the third on the day. This is a unit, actually, that does a good job of that. They're in the top 25 in the country at getting the quarterback on the ground.
He'll haul it in right around the logo. And the punt team able to smack him to the ground. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. The UCF offense back on the field, ready to go to work. Last drive went for 6. We'll see if they can do it again. And they'll stop him just short of the first down, just inches away from moving the sticks. Time winding down in the quarter as they come to the line. Looking for room, it's Hall. There to make the tackle, and that's how we'll wrap up this first period. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. We've reached the end of the period, and it's UCF holding the lead. And we've come to the end of one, and let's take a quick moment to catch up on the stats. They are lined up and ready to go and get things started here in the second. First play of the period, first down here. They'll leave it with him. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
Well, they want to come out and try to get the run game established, but up front defensively, they made a play. They gave up nothing on that one.
Got to find some breathing room if you're going to establish yourself on the ground, and there wasn't any that time.
Yeah, Reese, I wonder now if this offense is maybe going to try to get to the perimeter of the field and see if they can use their speed to hurt this defense.
He's dragged down at the 12 as they try to cash in on this red zone opportunity. Offense breaks the huddle on third down. The snap sets up to throw. Touchdown, Knights! Grabbed in the end zone to put 6 on the board.
And it's so underrated. The relationship between a QB and a wide receiver, the timing, the ability to know where he's going to be and be accurate with the football, that's what leads to nice touchdowns, Jesse.
Well, and the chemistry between these two guys has to be great when you're throwing into the end zone because coverage is going to be tight. The throw might not be perfect, but this is something these two guys have been repping in practice over and over and over, and it's paying dividends now on game day.
And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Dynamite matchup today, fellas. Let's show you what's going down. Texas State has the lead right now. San Marcos has been jumping all week, but this game is hardly over. There is time left on that clock. They're up by 4 over Southern Miss. Anything can happen down the stretch here in the Sun Belt. It's why we're here to keep you posted, fellas.
Thanks for the update on that one, Kevin. Let us turning it on.
He didn't get a big gain. You want to call that play and probably want to get more yards, but you could tell that was super close from seriously busting loose. Nice job running the screen, getting the ball to your playmaker. If he could just make one more guy miss, that might have been huge.
And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. And the Horned Frogs come to the line on third and short, trying to convert here. They'll run the sneak for it. And from this angle, I don't think he got the first down. The defense won at the line of scrimmage. And here comes the punt team. They're able to put a stop to that return right at the 30-yard line. UCF has it once again. What do you think about that? This has been exactly the way you draw things up, David. The offense has really been moving the football.
And it's been great execution. They've done exactly what they wanted to do. Build the lead. Now Palmer's a different animal. Now you got to protect him.
You can tell they were paying attention in practice this week in the film room because they have gone out everybody right now on the same page.
They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple.
Well, the offense is trying to go with a trick play. They're dialing up the reverse, but the defense had great eye discipline. They tracked the football from the running back to the receiver, and they were able to route.
Just steamrolling the defense. Really nice pickup there as they have it out to the 44 with a first down. They've done a really good job identifying mismatches, and they find one out of the backfield there.
Reese, I really don't think it's that hard. My guy is better than yours. Find the matchup across the field.
Flying out to the left. Past the 10. And he ran away from the crowd, and he'll take it in. Touchdown, UCF!
They have been road warriors here in this game, coming into a tough environment, but in all 3 phases, they have been absolutely dominant. Their defense is not allowed a point, and the offense is going up and down the field, and they score another touchdown here before the end of the first half.
Lining up to add another. And the extra point is true, and the lead balloons to 21. Quick strike offense on that three-play scoring drive. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. TCU will send its offense back onto the field. They've got nothing done so far, and they already find themselves in a three-possession hole, Jesse.
Yeah, and as a head coach, you're wondering, what didn't I say? What didn't I do to get my team ready to go? Because we look like we're sleepwalking at this point.
Yeah, nothing went well in the first quarter. You just say refresh. Like, let's try to find a way now. Chip into this lead. Try to make it somewhat manageable when you get to the half.
And he'll get it up to the 38. It'll be a first down.
Now, you've seen the evolution of these slot receivers. They're just matchup nightmares. They're hard to get your hand on. A lot of times, they're off the football. You can't jam them. These guys are so productive, and offenses really feature their best players most time in those slot positions.
And the defense had that one well covered. Just a short gain there. Line getting set on second down. Off the bootleg, wants to toss it. Missed receiver there, it's incomplete.
And with that incompletion, man, this crowd, I don't know that they are really happy about what's going on. I mean, they already built a deficit, and they don't have a lot to cheer about. They got to get some kind of rhythm, something going on this offense to ignite this fan base.
Still looking, on the move. They'll make the stop about a yard short of the first down. The Horned Frogs will punt it away on fourth down. Oh, it's off the side of his foot. Make sure that there's not going to be a return on this one. Ball's out of bounds, and I think they'll mark it right around the 25. Now the UCF offense ready to go back to work. To the ground with the back. A collision, and he stopped at the 27 after picking up one.
That's a fantastic play by the linebacker. He has such tremendous instincts. As soon as he sees run, he's coming downhill. He's got great speed. He gets you on the ground. That's why he's one of the best linebackers in the entire country.
They'll go to the ground. Get him on the ground after a 4-yard run out to the 31.
And, you know, when we talk about great third down defenses, it really starts with them getting stops on first and second down. You've got to get those stops early in the drives to set up third and long, so that's a missed opportunity on that second down by this defense.
That's the kind of play that can really get you going as they have a first down at the 43.
Well, we know this guy is special, and because of that, his quarterback is looking to him on critical down and distances. There on that third down, there was no question. It wouldn't have...
There he goes! And he'll take it to the house. He got loose. Touchdown, Knights!
You talk about going on the road and making a statement. 27-0. Hostile environment be danged. You talk about home field advantage. Well, it hasn't worked. They have come in and had answers and started this first half as good as you possibly can.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And the extra point makes it 28-0. Quick work on that scoring drive, just 4 plays. Kickoff unit has been busy as they have built a big lead, and they're trying to hold on to it. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. TCU has it back, and the Horned Frogs go on offense. They've punted the last 3 times they've had it, and now really needing to put a score on the board on this possession. And he didn't get the pitch off, and he paid the price.
And they run the option, and you can just tell, man, the timing of that wasn't set up well, and the quarterback looked a little bit clunky, and that play went absolutely nowhere.
Makes the catch along the sidelines and steps out of bounds.
And that was a really good job by the defense. Again, keeping everything in front of you in that situation, and now you're rewarded with the 3rd and long. So on this down, we'll see if they bring some pressure or if they lay back and play zone.
When you've already set your punter out 4 times, at least he knows he's going to get his varsity letter, and his leg might get a bigger workout if they don't convert. Makes a connection. Across the 40, out of bounds at the 41, and a big pickup has this offense on the move. And the Horned Frogs getting set on 1st and 10. Wants to go up top on 1st down. Oh, they're after it. And the quarterback will take a sack back at the 36. They've already racked up big sack numbers. It's starting to snowball, and they are ready to go again. Going to swing it on 2nd down. And here comes the pressure, and there he goes down again. We've got a timeout here late in the 1st half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On 3rd and long, doesn't need to take the check down. It's complete to the right.
Good play call on defense. 3rd down in that situation, you're just playing a big zone. You want everybody having their eyes on the quarterback, playing in their areas, and you want them rallying to the football. As soon as that running back caught the ball, they all came screaming in. They were able to make the tackle and now set up 4th.
Tries to find a little more running room on that return, but he'll be stopped at the 36. The UCF offense back on the field, ready to go to work. They'll put it in play from the 36 for the first play of the drive. Using the quick game. He snagged it, but he'll be stopped short of the 1st down. Good, solid pickup on that play. The Knights in a good spot here with 2nd and short. Looking to fire. Here's a heat. Nothing doing downfield. He'll cut his losses and throw it away. It'll be 3rd down.
And finally, this quarterback looks human for one play. He has been lights out up to this point. Very accurate, making good decisions in a beautiful rhythm, and finally throws his first incompletion of the game.
And they wrap him up, but not before he's got enough for the 1st down. The offense will have to use its first timeout of the half.
UCF.
See if they can turn this drive into points. They've got it 1st and 10 at the 50. Looking to throw on 1st down. Takes the grab. And that's a very productive 1st down play and bringing up 2nd and 3. The Knights headed quickly to the line. 2nd down, he'll throw it. It's complete to the left. All the way down to the 25-yard line. They move the sticks. It's 1st down. The magic bean is spinning out of control. Already over 200 yards in the 1st half.
Yeah, they're being aggressive offensively, throwing the football, trying to take advantage of this defense on the back end. And they've got their quarterback right now in a groove.
Brought down after a good pickup, and they're in the red zone at the 20. The offense quickly calls timeout to stop the clock.
Man, that quarterback can go. Just another guy in another system all across college football. All quarterbacks nowadays, they get so much speed, it's ridiculous.
Man, I'm telling you, that has to be exhausting for the defensive lineman trying to chase down guys like that.
It's silly because even when it's a design play and it's a design run like here, fine. But then it's scramble plays and then it's passing plays. He's always a runner, just exhausting.
And the catch and run into the end zone. Touchdown, UCF!
And we are officially in blowout mode. This offense has been up and down the field. We've seen so many explosive plays, and they score again before going in at halftime, guys. I'm hoping we can have a running clock here in the 2nd half.
PAT unit on the field. And with the extra point, they push the lead out a little further. So the touchdown drive goes 63 yards. They're getting set to kick it away, and that last score took a little oomph out of this crowd. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. So let's see how they play it in this final 30 seconds of the 1st half. The give on the option. Out to the 36-yard line after gaining 10 on that one. They'll use a timeout right before halftime. Maybe time for one or two more plays. Wants to throw on first down. Takes a hit as he fires. Just masterful working that sideline and getting the toe down for the catch. Just enough time for one final play in this half. Looking downfield on first down. Throws toward the end zone. Oh, he had it. The deep ball was there, and it just trickled through his fingers. First half in the books. Time now to join Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Thanks, guys. You've had yourselves a superb broadcast so far in Fort Worth. And how can we begin our analysis of that first half without singing the praises of one of the elite backs in football? Racking up huge numbers on the ground, even throwing the occasional block. This kid is the total package. And if this defense doesn't adjust its strategy, he could be headed towards a career day.
TCU will send its offense back onto the field. What could go wrong did in the first half, and they start this third quarter at the bottom of the mountain.
Man, that was bad. That was a frying pan to the head. That was a TKO. It was awful in the first half. Flush it. I got to start doing something right. I got to find some positives. I get the ball first to start this possession, try to put a scoring drive together.
The only thing you can do...
And he's all bottled up, and now it's worse. The ball's loose. How in the world did the offense retain possession? Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On third and long, you'll need to push it downfield. Oh, he dropped it. That deep ball was right on the money. You just have to make that catch. The Horned Frogs will call on their punt team. Doesn't say much for your drive when you're looking forward to the punt. He'll field the punt and try to make something happen. And the coverage team gets the returner on the ground. UCF has it once again. What do you think about that? They're starting this drive with a massive lead, and they just want to finish strong. Just plowing ahead. They finally wrestle down the senior, but not before he picks up some valuable ground. They opened up this drive, getting all the way out to the 35, and now it's first down again. Still on his feet at the 45. He's into plus territory, knocked out of bounds after the nice game. Mark it at the 47.
This shouldn't be a surprise to anybody. If you've got the lead in the third quarter and you want to keep it, you got to bleed the clock. Best way to do that, run the football. And you're now seeing this offense call these run plays back to back. They are trying to be physical, and they're trying to stay on the field.
Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. Got stuffed on first down. It's 2nd and 10. Here's the handoff. Breaks into the open. And he finds some solid space, makes a nice game before the defense is able to stop him. The Knights are at the line looking to convert on 3rd and short. They'll run for it on 3rd and short. Knocked down in the backfield, and that'll bring up 4th down.
Yeah, and listen, the offense has had their way, and they've had so much success and so much production. But listen, at least the defense got a rep. You know, maybe this gets you a spark. Maybe this gets you some energy. Maybe we'll see a little bit more life from this defense.
Yeah, they may not win the game, but I think this defensive coaching staff at this point, based on how this game has gone, they're just trying to find things to build off of. And maybe that's something they can point to as they get ready for their next opponent, of things they did right and things that they got to do more consistently moving forward.
They get him stopped, but the big gain has them on the doorstep. Let's mark it at the 13.
Well, there are a lot of offenses out there that would probably be a little bit more conservative when you've got a lead like this in the third quarter. But when you've got the playmakers these guys have at the skill positions throwing the football, you should keep airing it out, and that's exactly what they're doing now.
Good timing on the quick out. Touchdown, Knights! And they take it in for 6 more points. He has been Surgical, precision passes, using the scalpel, the fine instrument, rather than the blunt one.
And the defense has had absolutely no answer for it. Just, he's been down their throats all game long, a step ahead, understanding what he's seeing, and just destroying this defense.
He'll try to tack on one more. And the extra point will tack another one onto this lead. And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
A bit of an under-the-radar game this week, guys, but take a look at this. Georgia is currently trailing in this one, but it feels like the momentum may be turning. These dogs have picked themselves up off the canvas before, and they are capable of it again today. It's a close one right now. They're trailing by 1 to Georgia Tech. That's where things stand right now, and of course, if the script is flipped, you will hear about it.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere.
This has got to be disappointing if you're the offense, guys. You were expecting to have a lot of success running the ball, especially against this defense, which has struggled so much this season, but just nothing doing. They have not been good enough in the trenches so far.
Hey, even those balls that are thrown near the line of scrimmage, that are going to the running backs and to the tight ends, those small passes can go for big gains. Great job getting the mitts up in the air and deflecting that football.
Trying to set up the screen. He's not going to make it. What a job by this defense to stop him in his tracks. And the Horned Frogs will bring the punt team onto the field. He'll try to really get into this one. Now the UCF offense ready to go back to work. They've been dominant, and now they'll try to execute to their own stand. Oh, he's got some space. He puts him in business across the 50 into the 46-yard line. It'll be first down.
And that's why QBs love their tight ends so much, right? Especially when they're athletic, because they make short throws turn into long gains. Because of his ability after the catch, it's so unique and special. He is dominant in this offense.
My job is to make sure that ball comes loose, and I got to go through that guy, use my shoulder pad, drive my feet, really, really be physical, because if he bobbles it at all, or as soon as his hand gets to the ball, you can tell the difference when that body jerks forward and that ball starts to come loose and pop out.
Third and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Zings it complete to the right. All the way down to the 25-yard line. They move the sticks. It's first down. We asked earlier this week, who's your favorite receiver? And, of course, he said the open one. But we know who he really wants to go to on third down.
The best one. I think the open one, obviously the politically correct answer, but you want to find the guy that you got that great chemistry with. You know exactly where he's going to be. You got that bond and that trust.
The Knights with a second and short to keep this drive moving. Back to pass. Fires to the wideout. Oh, goes right through his hands, and he will think about that one for a while. It'll be third down.
You're not going to see that happen too often. The quarterback, man, he was licking his chops. He saw a big space in the middle of the field. He had his best receiver there ready to make a play, and he dropped it.
Quickly complete. Gets out of bounds after the big game, but they've got it first and goal. How valuable is a tight end in the red area? Now they're set up with a first and goal.
I love it. Find the big fella down in the red area. Big target, works the middle of the field, easier throws. Nice job by this offense, keeping it very simple.
He wants to throw it. Wide out trying to get it in. He's down at the 1, and they almost had the touchdown pass on that one.
And this offense shows they will be aggressive. On first and goal, they get the completion. Listen, games come down to executing in the red zone. This is a big spot.
Makes the grab on the left. Touchdown, UCF! That's the way you finish a drive and put up points.
How about the day for this young fella? 3 receiving touchdowns. Hey, defense, that guy's good. We might want to do something about it. Let's send 2 at him. Let's send 3 at him. We can't let this guy continue to beat us time and time again.
They'll try to add another to their lead. And they did tack on the extra point, by the way, knocked it right down the middle. So that's a 60-yard touchdown drive. It was capped off by a 1-yard touchdown pass. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. Let's see what he can do with the return. Didn't find it. In that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. TCU has it back, and the Horned Frogs go on offense. They didn't get much done the last time they had it, had to punt it away from deep in their own territory, hoping this drive will be more productive. They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple.
I got to be honest, I am shocked at just how well the defense has played in this game, especially stopping the run. We talked about statistically how they've struggled this season, but they have put the clamps down in this one, and they're just playing with a ton of intensity.
And the pass to the sideline will pick up a short gain. And that defense is there to guide him out of bounds after a short gain. This defense has kept them backed up. Now one more stop, and they can get off the field on 3rd and long. Pressure coming. Chucked it away just as he was hit.
This is a top 25 defense, guys. One of the best units in the entire country. They're so good situationally, and they understand the importance of getting leads early, making the offense predictable, having to throw in these types of situations so they can adjust accordingly, and that's what they're doing right now. Their coverage is being dictated by the scoreboard. They're going to make it really, really hard on this quarterback here in the second half to throw any completions.
The UCF offense back on the field, ready to go to work. First snap of this drive will come from the 46. Showing the arm strength to the left. He's got it along the sideline. Touchdown, Knights! He broke away from the defense, and they couldn't catch him.
And I think in the pre-snap, I think both of these guys were on the same page. They had a look defensively that let them know we can pitch this thing way down the field. I'm going to go run under it and make a big play for it.
Yeah, and when I'm the receiver, I'm like, I'm open, right? I'm going straight down the field. Throw me the football. I got the speed. I can beat this guy. You can tell they've done that so much in practice. They knew it was second nature, and they executed it perfectly.
The kick is up and good, and put one more on the lead. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. They're coming out to tee it up for the kickoff, and that last score was a real buzzkill for this crowd. What kind of field position can he help them with on the return? Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. TCU will send its offense back onto the field. After 3 consecutive punts, we'll see if they can dial up something that can get this offense moving forward. Throwing right. He misses his man. The accuracy just not what it needed to be on that play. Behind the chains now on 2nd and long. From the gun, the running back has it. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. As they get set to snap it, just about to reach the end of the quarter. On 3rd and long, try to convert through the air. And the timing just a hair off.
Every defense in the country talks about getting offenses in predictable 3rd and long situations where I can bring on more speedsters and I know the pass is coming so I can have more success.
He's got great speed. Excellent coverage and tackle that time, and that's how the 3rd quarter comes to a close. That's the end of the quarter, and UCF has the lead. And as we switch ends of the field, let's take a quick look at the national rankings. As we enter the fourth quarter, let's see if anything memorable can come from this one. Final stands of the game, and we'll start with the first down. They're going to throw it to start the drive. Got his man quickly. They finally get him on the ground, and this junior turning in a big play after the catch.
I feel like this guy's having one of those games. It happens maybe once in your life. He's just been open everywhere on the field. He's been lighting up the scoreboard. He's turning these defenders around. They just simply can't cover him.
Turning it on. Nice gain on that play, but leaves it a little short of the first down. The Knights can really attack on this second and short. Wants to go up top. Right on the money. Can't quite cross the plane to get the 6, but they'll have the first down.
You can just see the command this guy has of the offense. He's been picking this defense apart, matriculating the ball down the field. He's now got him in the red zone, close to the goal line. I wouldn't be surprised if they just keep letting him throw it.
They'll send the tight end in motion. Use the play fake, now to throw. And he is snowed under, sacked at the 7.
It's just a tremendous effort on defense, understanding the situation, right? Offense has the ball in a goal-to-go situation. Someone's got to win and go get the quarterback, and the defense came up big.
Now the play fake. Lets it fly. Touchdown, UCF! Quick strike through the air for the score. The lead keeps growing, and so do the accomplishments. Moments away from a perfect regular season at 12-0.
And it hasn't mattered what they've called guys offensively all game long or who's been on the field, what personnel groupings there have been. They're simply executing at a higher level than this defense, and they're keeping their foot on the pedal here in the fourth quarter.
Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
Guys, your game is a big one, but so is this battle right now inside the Big Ten. Northwestern is trailing right now, but I'm not ready to say this team is out of it. We've seen this program stage memorable comebacks before. Do not rule out another one today. They're trailing by 12 to Illinois. It's an outcome that, if it holds, will have Big Ten fans buzzing all week. Guys?
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. Tight end in motion, see how the D reacts. To the air on first down. And he will be sacked at the 6-yard line.
And how about this defense? They got the donut going. And here's one thing I'll tell you about the donut. Late in the game, you're talking about on the field. We want to finish this thing and keep that 0 on the scoreboard. No matter who's in the game, who we've rotated, everybody's trying to get a 0 up there.
Second down, they'll go to the air. He just kept going backwards. You have to step up, and they get him for a safety.
And that kind of sums up the day for this offense. I mean, nothing has really gone your way. Now you give up the safety. Tell you what, this team's got a lot of work to do over this next week to get better, to improve. This was a bad day.
Nice move there.
The returner brings it out to the 44, and the UCF offense will take over.
UCF has it once again. What do you think about that? This offense has really been clicking in the game so far, Jesse.
No doubt. Everything their play caller is dialing up, these guys offensively have been able to go out and execute, David.
Yeah, and it's just maintaining the lead. Keep doing what you've been doing. You got a big lead. Let's just keep piling it on until they find an answer.
Well, the defense sniffed that screen out perfectly. All the D linemen, they were reading the body language of the offensive line. They knew something was up, and when the screen pass got thrown, they were right there to make the tackle.
He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
That back had absolutely nowhere to run the football. Actually, is he counting? I think he's counting to make sure there's only 11 guys on defense.
Throws to the wideout. Got his man to the left. He'll work his way down to the 28.
Well, it really just feels like they are trying to make a statement to everybody in college football. They've got a lead, they've got it late, and they are still putting it on this defense. They are still letting it fly. They're airing it out, trying to light up the scoreboard.
Quickly out to the tight end. They make the stop, but the sweet throw and catch is plenty to give them a first down. That throw and catch, a really good example of why coaches don't want a quarterback to get stuck on a particular target, isn't it, David?
Yep, that's exactly right. Find the guy who's open, because you got so many guys that have so much speed that can do so much damage on the field. Find my matchup, get it to him, let him do the rest.
Going to work in the red zone, they can't pick up the first down without getting it into the end zone. To the air on second down. Unleashes to the end zone. Touchdown, Knights! Quick strike through the air for the score. And that might be a dagger. They've pushed the lead out, and they are now setting their sights on their 12th straight win.
Points, points, and more points. This offense has had their way. They just keep their foot on the gas, keep putting up points, keep putting up touchdowns. And you know what? This is one of those stats days. You look back and you're like, that guy had 12 touchdowns on the year. Well, 4 or 5 of them might have been in this game.
And the extra point is good. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. On the move from inside his 5. Good job by the coverage unit to stop the return man. TCU has it back, and the Horned Frogs go on offense. There's a lot of pressure when you have that number 1 beside your name, and perhaps it was the pressure, perhaps it was just one. There he goes! Really needed a play like that to get out of their own end. They move the chains. They mark it at the 29. Wonder if they'll be conservative on 1st and 10. Looking to throw on 1st down. They get enough rush, and it pays off. The sack at the 20.
You got to give this defense tons of credit. They came in here with an outstanding game plan. They were able to execute. They have not allowed a point, and still in the 4th quarter, they are bringing it, and they get another sack.
2nd down, they'll go to the air. Quick strike complete. They make the stop, but not before he takes a chunk out of what they need to move the sticks.
Well, hats off to this defense and their ability to shut this guy down. He's one of the best receivers in all of college football. That was only his 2nd catch of the game, and we're essentially in a 2-minute situation.
Fires one high and deep. And the pass is incomplete, and there's a penalty flag down, and no big secret why. That receiver was being mauled by the defender.
And the defender just way too handsy on that last play. You could see all the contact as the ball was in the air. He simply can't do it, and the referees caught it.
3 yards, 1st down for the offense after that penalty. Wants to go up top on 1st down. And that incomplete pass caused by the big hit on 1st down. 2nd down coming.
Well, the defense came into this one knowing if they stop the pass, they win the game, and they have done that. Their guys have won one-on-one on islands. They've been able to get to the quarterback. They've been mixing up their looks. They haven't even allowed 100 yards passing in this one, and that's why they are way ahead here in the 4th quarter.
Man, what a really nice job by being disciplined by this defense. Like, understanding I'm trying to rush the passer, probably a passing situation type of a deal, but doing it with some discipline. They try to sneak the screen in. They were ready for it. Nice job by this defense.
All kinds of room to throw that one in there. Really nice pickup on that one as they get it to the 36. It'll be 1st down. The Horned Frogs come to the line with a new set of downs. 2 minutes now left in this one, and time is running short if they want to find a way to pull this one out. Looking to throw on 1st down. And the defense picks up a sack, getting the quarterback down at the 44. And the Horned Frogs have put themselves in dire straits after that last play. It's 2nd and a mile. And the pass is incomplete, jarred loose by the hit. This will be the 8th play of the drive, but a great opportunity for the defense to get off the field. On 3rd and long, he'll need to loosen up that arm. Makes a catch at the 15. And he crosses the goal line and gets the touchdown, but way too little, way too late. But they still do count it for 6.
Well, it's good to finally see this offense have a little bit of success because that has not been the case in this game. Nothing has gone their way. They keep shooting themselves in the foot. You know, guys, coaches are always trying to find things to build on, and this is at least something late in this game, scoring that touchdown that hopefully helps build their confidence the next time they take the field.
And they add the extra point to finish the drive. They're set to kick it off, and this crowd now ready to get behind them. Bringing it back. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. Now the UCF offense ready to go back to work. They have dropped a hush on this entire stadium, David, by controlling this game.
And there's nothing like shutting up the home crowd. You love it. Nothing like having a big lead in the 4th quarter, Palmer, and not having to stress or worry.
Yeah, really impressive just seeing how they were able to take everything from the practice field this week and apply it to game day. They've been locked in all week with the game plan, running and throwing the football, man. This has been impressive.
This time it's complete. He's really close to that first down marker, but they stop him just a bit short. The Knights moving quickly to the line. Wants to throw on 3rd. Got his man. It's a game of first downs, and they've got one out to their own 37. They'll try to snap it quickly. Wants to throw on 1st down. Gets it out quickly. They'll get him down, but not before he crosses the 50. He's down to the 49. Last completion moved the sticks in. Let's see if they try it again. Looking downfield on 1st down. Quick completion on the out. And he is marked out of bounds after another big gain. This aerial attack has had no problem moving the ball with chunk plays. They've been as advertised in the passing game, and that's carrying them now to holding their spot in the top 10 and keeping that eye on the playoff, guys.
No doubt, and especially, man, when you make those late-season, big-time wins, top 10 wins, boy, do you put an exclamation point on your ranking. Nice job ending the season. We got to end the season strong, Palmer.
Yeah, and they've thrown it well.
And we have breaking news. They score yet another touchdown.
And you knew this one was over already, but how about an exclamation point to go with it? Another score for this offense. They've had themselves a great day, and the stats just continue to pile up.
On to attempt the try.
Kicker is on for the extra point.
And with the extra point, they push the lead out a little further. An 84-yard drive there, and they get it into the end zone with a 6-yard touchdown pass. The kickoff unit is out there, and boy, did that last drive quiet this crowd. And he passes on the touchback. Here he comes. Stopped at the 17, and he's probably second-guessing that return. TCU will send its offense back onto the field. This has been a really disappointing performance, David, no question about that, but they can find some positives.
Yeah, and every time you watch the tape, you know, Jesse, coaches are pointing out, look at this. This was open if we'd have just ran the details to the right route, hung on to the football. Little things can make a big difference.
Yeah, that's why they call it a game of inches, David, but I'll say this. If you're on offense, don't go on social media this week.
Breaks into the open. A little more space, open up that playbook even more as they pick up the first down out to the 30. I know both of these teams were ranked, guys, but it really seemed as if they weren't on the same level in this game.
I think that was a pretty good statement game for these guys. I mean, you're ranked higher, you're more talented. A lot of people point to this game, possible upset, two really good teams. Jesse, they made it clear. There's only one really good team. It was them. They were the favorite, and they just made a point of it.
You're right. Not all ranked teams are created equal. One of these teams is a college football playoff contender. The other simply is not. And that demonstrated itself today. The higher-ranked team is a team with national championship aspirations. They've got so much talent. They look good today.
That will put the wrap